the amazing Stephanie Roman. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey,
Hi. So, Stephanie, this is our first ever Facebook Live, like ever in life, right?
ever in life, yes.
Ever in life. And we decided to try this together. I decided to dress up as a DJ today with my black headphones. Okay,
Perfect.
that was bad. But I'm really excited to be talking with you today.
Me too.
This was kind of impromptu, but do you want to talk a little bit about how we met, actually? That could be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. So we met twice before
We
we
met
actually
twice.
really talked.
Yeah, that's true.
So we met in a Facebook group that we both belonged to, but then we realized shortly thereafter that we had met previously at the Love Union in the fall, where I was speaking on toxic body image in the wedding industry, and you were sitting in the front row and offered some great comments to the audience, and they had questions, and we actually didn't get to connect at that location as much as we wanted to, but fate had it that we eventually connected. So great.
It's so true. And I was sitting in the front row and I was like, damn, I need to meet this girl. So it eventually happened.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to talk with you and just meet you and connect with you is because what you do really beautifully overlaps with what I do. For me, with style coaching, I work a lot with clients on presenting themselves in the way that they want to present themselves. And so often, men and women alike, they have issues with the way they view themselves and their bodies. So can you talk a little bit about what you do with your coaching clients?
Yeah, so I'm a food and body image coach, and I work one-on-one with clients and helping them overcome that anxiety that they have around their own bodies and also food. The food piece is always related in some way of feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. Sometimes it's even crippling to the point of, getting in the way of their day-to-day life, just trying to decide, what am I going to eat that day? What am I going to wear? How am I going to present myself? How am I going to feel? And they're hiding from life because of it, because of the stress. So, they're not being photographed with their family and friends. They're, not maybe pursuing the career or the relationship that they're looking for, all because of how they feel about their body. It really filters into all aspects of their life. So that's where I come in and, work on them on the mindset. And it's not about changing their body or changing who they are, but how they feel about themselves and how they're able to look at themselves and present themselves to the world. And it really just changes their whole world when they start to feel more content and accepting of their body.
Oh my gosh. And the same for me with my styling clients. Life becomes so much better when they become more confident and centered in their bodies and therefore in the clothes that they're wearing.
Yeah.
So let's talk
together. Yeah.
It definitely does, and it overlaps. So let's talk a little bit about how some of our clients are feeling more centered, especially in the clothes that they're wearing. Today, we specifically wanted to talk about, quote unquote, air quotes, inclusive fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does inclusive fashion mean to you?
Well, I think it's fashion that's for everybody, right? So regardless of what type of body you have or what type of style you're seeking, you can find something out there that you feel like represents you in the world. And you're not having to, just speaking from like my experience and also from my clients' experience, people that are living in larger bodies, in the past, and even to some degree even now, but it's so much better than it was. But in the past, we're relegated to such a small pool of clothes to choose from that they weren't able to really even think about reflecting their own style. It was just, what can I find to wear that actually fits me? And that was the primary deciding factor in choosing what to wear versus what do I actually like? What do I feel good in? What reflects who I am? So
there's a lack of choice.
Yeah.
A lack of choice. I mean, I personally, when I gained quite a bit of weight after my mom passed away, I personally needed to shop at Lane Bryant because that was the only store in my area that had the size that I needed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the lack of choice from a psychological perspective can be crippling, absolutely crippling, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard. I mean, how can you not think that your body is bad or
Right,
wrong if you can't find anything that fits? You
right,
know, it's like
right.
you're automatically going to go to that place of feeling like something is wrong with your body if you can't find clothes to wear.
Right. I mean, that would be a natural response for sure.
Yeah.
And so we're now in a place in 2019. I mean, I would say starting maybe 5 years ago or so, that there's been a lot of progress being made in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting. We even have runway models like Ashley Graham, my fave, Ashley Graham, who's really showing off her curves, her beautiful body, in a very public. I mean, and she's walking luxury shows. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but this is so new. And also, speaking of brands, there are some brands. I mean, speaking of Ashley Graham, sorry, total stream of consciousness. I'm like, Ashley Graham walked for Chromat. She walked
Right.
for Chromat, right? Chromat is an incredible example of a luxury fashion brand that is inclusive of all shapes and sizes. They've even had pregnant women walk their runway, right?
Yeah.
All colors, all shapes, all sizes. And they do a lot of bathing suits. Like, it's not, right? So it's really exciting to see a luxury brand embrace it. And then we have other brands too, like retail brands. Here in New York, we have Universal Standard, which I would love to talk about with you, actually.
Yeah.
Universal Standard is a Seattle-based company that recently opened a boutique down in Soho. And they are so interesting to me because in store, they have sizes 00 to 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would love to talk about that in particular because, you know, there have recently and traditionally been stores that would carry the petite section. I think about Banana Republic, Gap, whatever. Petite section, plus section.
Yeah.
Right. Like Ann Taylor Loft has plus section, petites.
Right.
Which I get. And Universal Standard is really shaking it up in that way.
They are.
Yeah, talk for us a little bit about how that has made your clients feel, seeing all of those sizes in one area of the store, in the store.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's been so many brands that have jumped onto creating plus size clothing, which is fantastic. But like Universal, like you mentioned with Universal Standard and with Chromat, it's different because they have, it's not just, oh, this is our plus section. These are all the sizes we have. And when you go into the Universal Standard Soho store, they are all, you know, commingled together. You're not going to a separate floor or a separate section
the
to find the size.
Section.
Right. To find size 22 or size 32, it's all there. Which is definitely, you know, breaking the mold even further in what is considered inclusive. Yeah. Because now you have the whole experience of, regardless of what size you are, I can go to the same store. I can go with my girlfriends to the store. We don't all have to be look the same, and we can each pick out stuff from the same rack. And there isn't this, you know, feeling divided or feeling different or feeling marginalized. It's all together, and it's truly inclusive, and it just creates such a much more positive shopping experience. And
absolutely.
And I think what both those brands do really well also is showing all the bodies, right? It's not just, here are bodies that fit on the edge of plus, that might be plus or might not, right? But here are real life bodies way beyond just a size 18. And they're not afraid to walk them down the runway and show them in their marketing materials. And I just think it's fantastic. Yeah.
I do too. I absolutely love it. Also, just as a side note, one would think that we're getting paid by Universal Standard. We are not. Not yet. Not yet.
We're just fans.
Anyway. The other really cool thing is no matter whether you're buying a size 00 or 40, the prices are the same.
Yes.
Each SKU is the same within one design line, that's incredible. That's actually incredible from a cost perspective, because we know that there's more material in the larger sizes.
Absolutely.
But again, the inclusivity, the psychological effect of a different price, a more expensive price is eliminated. This separate but equal feeling is gone. Yeah. And I truly hope that this is the future of inclusive fashion. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
I don't know what else we were going to talk about.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like what that means for your clients too. Like when you're taking someone shopping and trying to style them, and what does that mean to have the separate but equal versus something that's truly inclusive?
I have so many things to say about this. Listen, again, the psychology of not having to go to a separate section of the store is huge.
Yeah.
I also want to say that the designs themselves from a style perspective are getting and continue to get better.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the plus size designs, when we think of our traditional plus size stores, I'm talking to you, Lane Bryant and Avenue.
Yeah.
These are designs that are meant for older women. These are much roomier styles with a silhouette that is much more voluminous.
Yeah.
There's a lot of color and pattern.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of material that is very stretchy, like lots of spandex, which can be thought of in some designs as like an older look, like a stretch pants and a big tunic, right?
Right.
Like a colorful tunic. I think Florida. And so now from a style perspective, now that there are brands like Universal Standard that are willing to have the sizing all in one place, it's also the design that remains the same from size 00 to 40 in their case.
Yeah.
And that is a recent change that I think is really exciting. And it happened first with influencers like Ashley Graham, like any of these other social media influencers that are larger than an 1820, that are showing themselves in things like crop tops and bondage skirts and just let's say thinner silhouettes to show off the cinch in their waist, right? So the market right now, the demand is for more modern styles in modern colors. And I think the positive consequence of what the market demand has been is for those same designs in straight sizes to now just be in larger sizes. It's not a completely new design and silhouette for the larger sizes. And that is really exciting.
I agree. Universal Standards denim, I think, is a really excellent example of that.
Yes.
Because the denim for larger bodies ends up not really being denim anymore. It's pretty much just that stretchy, spandexy material, which is fine. But sometimes you really want a substantial denim for the look that you're going for. Or you want to be able to like tuck your shirt in the front and for it to hold up. where that stretchy material is not going to do that for you.
Right, exactly.
And I think,
Especially, oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I shouldn't
no,
do that.
it's okay. No, it's just nice to be able to go and buy a pair of jeans and you're like, oh, these are actually jeans. They're they're still primarily cotton, and they feel like jeans and they look like jeans, even though they're in a larger size. Yeah.
That there's such a huge 90s trend going on right now. We may be at the end cusp of it, but it's still fully there for at least another summer season.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about that trend, I do think about denim in a huge way. And mom jeans, the traditional mom jean, which is more of a high-waisted, straight cut, no stretch jean. And you are so right. I'm so glad you brought that up. The denim material that's needed for that particular look is not a spandexy, stretchy denim.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not. And so now with places like Universal Standard and honestly Levi's is also selling denim in that size with that type of material and cut, which is exciting for a very low cost as well.
That's great.
We can now achieve those silhouettes and those looks. I still think we have some way to go, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I mean, there is still a lot of separatism within lots of stores, but we're getting there, girl. We are getting there.
Definitely a lot of progress. Absolutely. And there's more to be done, but I think there's, you've got the few out there that are kind of setting the bar at a different place, and hopefully other people catch up. So it's very exciting.
I hope so. Stephanie, it's been so good chatting with you. I have a funny feeling this won't be the last time.
Absolutely not. Definitely not. We have much more to say.
We have so much more to say. Hey, everybody, check us out. Stephanie Roman Coaching. Actually, you can tout your own. Go ahead.
So my website is stephanie-roman.com. On Instagram at sromancoaching. So check me out there. Feel free to send me a message and ask me any questions. And I love interacting with all of you.
Thank you so much. And everybody, check out Copper and Rise on Facebook and Instagram, as well as my website, copperandrise.com. Thanks again for joining, and see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.